Yo,
Hello, hello.
what's going on? It's been a,
Nothing much.
it's been a
So
while.
I changed something. I don't know if you've noticed.
Your hair is braided.
Yes,
Nice.
that was a test. That was a test for all men, and you
I have
passed it.
nothing but sisters, so that's good. And hi,
Okay, so please introduce us to yourself.
my name is Info. I go by the artist name of Info. I am from the Atlanta area, Atlanta, Georgia area. I currently dropped the EP. I would like for everyone to go check that out, and it's on every streaming platform. It's called Once Again There Are No Heroes. So yeah,
So let's jump right into that first.
yeah, what's going on?
So why did you title it Once Again There Are No Heroes?
Okay, so there is a comedian um, that I follow a lot. I posted a lot of his content. His name is Jimmy Dore, and he was just he said that he's like, once again there are no heroes, but he was just talking about the corruption of politicians and calling out all the different types of people who have done wrong. And his main point is we as the people, we have to make these efforts to change everything. We can't rely on a politician or look for some hero or that chosen person. And it's like over and over and over again, we're going to be disappointed if we keep thinking that person is going to come along and save us. So, he had said it just off of whim. He's like, once again, there are no heroes. And I liked how it sounded. So I took it and I pretty much made a whole project. The whole theme of the EP is based off of that, idea of saving yourself and us coming together.
You listen to Joe Rogan too, right?
Yeah.
That he did a talk recently. I can't remember his name. I want to say Lex. It's Lex something. Did you listen to that episode?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, he was talking about that on one of the on like on one clip. He was saying that we need to stop waiting for someone to save us. If someone's going to save us, it's going to be one of us, one of us normal people.
Ourselves.
You know.
Yeah.
Um. So the song Untitled is done in Spanglish.
It's called United.
No, United. Oh, I can't read my handwriting.
You good?
United is done in
No, you
Spanglish.
good.
What are you saying?
It's a friend of mine who did the words of that. I gave him the melody and the idea of what I was saying, what I wanted to say, and then he just did it in Spanish. But what I'm saying is, my Spanish people, my black people, we're together. Like that's pretty much the what he's saying over and over in the chant.
So that's the message you were trying to
Yeah,
convey.
the song is called United. It's bringing everyone together. And then I live in Atlanta. We have a soccer team that's called Atlanta United, and it was kind of based off of that as well. I use that as a you know way to tie everything in. So that's kind of where I got the whole thing from.
So the majority of your songs on your EP are less than or just about 2 minutes.
Yeah, they are. That's true. Um,
So that's something that was intentional, or that was just
it
like it just happened like that.
it was more intentional. It was more of a sign of the times. And it was just a get in, get out. It was just like getting you to understand, because this was my first like official like release of me putting together like a cohesive body of work or something like a project. So it was just me establishing myself, and it was just like, here, this is what I can do. This is pretty much my range and what I am right now. So it wasn't like something that just happened that way or where I made the songs really short. I was like, I don't want these songs to be too long.
But see, like I'm not trying to tell you how you did it. Like obviously, I'm not trying to tell you what you do, but like I feel like it's also like because music back in the day was also shorter, and like for some reason we started extending things into like 7, 8 minute projects. You know,
That's because record.
so I think that you're bringing it back to like traditional music,
Mm,
and also I also thought it was interesting because our attention span is shorter anyway.
yeah, yeah. Well, like yeah. Once you like, I sit in the car with people, and I watch and I observe how they listen to music. Like people be on to the next song by the time you get to the second hook. And I just be like, dang, they already searching for the next thing. You ain't even gonna hear it, you know. So I kind of just take that into consideration because I don't just make music for me. I make music, you know, for the people I want to hear what I'm saying. So I can make songs that are longer, but the way I would have to do that, I would have to make so much changes in the song itself to even get people, because I feel like it would have to be structured in a way where it would have to keep you interested throughout the whole thing.
Interesting. Okay, so let's talk about the debates.
Okay.
So last time you were on, you were very vocal about how you have feelings towards vice presidential candidate Harris.
Mm-hmm.
So for the vice presidential debates, have your feelings changed towards her for the better, for the worse, or like you're just more like, I don't care?
It's the same, pretty much. I didn't expect to have my mind changed. I mean, the things I'm saying about her are things that happen over time, and I don't think a debate is something that's going to change my mind off of your record or what you did, you know, unless you just get up there and be like, this is what I did wrong, and this is what I did wrong, and this is what I plan on doing. But even if you do that, you pretty much just saying it just because you know, running for vice president. You ain't saying it, you know, when you wasn't running for vice president or when you was running for president, you know. So I wouldn't even feel like it's sincere. So it didn't change much.
Well, she did comment and say that she was just doing her job, and all of the police that, you know, they were all wearing body cams. That didn't sway you at all or persuade you?
No, because there's a lot of people who do fucked up shit, in my opinion, and they justify the fucked up shit they doing by just saying I was just doing my job. You know, I look at it. I know this is a little extreme, and I don't even want to compare her or anybody to like a Nazi, but the Nazis in Germany, they were just doing their job. Like they was putting people in internment camps. Like they were just doing their job. They was paid to do that shit. So they was like, let me just do this. This is what I was supposed to do. This is my assignment, is to go in these people's houses and take all their jewelry. Like that's what I was supposed to do. But it's fucked up. Like I can't justify that shit. So
Okay. No, that's a really good observation. Do you think black men and women are in competition with each other right now?
yeah, I think the solution to all of our problems in the black community is families. Like a mother and a father and everyone, just like that unity. Like I think that'll solve 90% of our problems. And there's a division. Like I mean, outside of just black people, there's a division in America between men and women. Like for some reason you can't be a woman and win, and then if for some reason it threatens men, or men winning threatens women, and it's just, I don't see it that way. It's like I just think things work better when men and women work together. Like even in the rap world or hip hop, there's a lot of women who are succeeding. But that don't take away from the men succeeding. But there's people who just want to be divisive, and they be like, these women are killing it. They on their job. But I'm like, so are the dudes. There's plenty of dudes who killing it too. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's enough for everybody if you good enough. Like, if you good enough, everybody can eat at the table. But like J. Cole and Kendrick are both eating at the same time. They don't take away from each other, but they both equally good. Like I'll go get his CD and okay, I'll listen to both of their albums. Like I'll fuck both of them, like both of them. But I don't know. It's just this. Go ahead.
Do you think that this is something that's been happening with my job, where they're always pushing us to compete with each other? Do you think competition is a good incentive to make someone work harder?
Yeah, I think competition is good. You need competition.
Really?
Yeah, I think it helps somebody to where you get the best product. I just don't like when it's divisive. Like you can have healthy competition, whereas like I'm gonna get you. Like when we on this court, I'm finna kill you. But it's all good. And it's like whoever's the best person, that's the person who wins. But it ain't no like this group is better than this group and this group is less than, and we all just divisive. It's nothing wrong with healthy competition. Like I think that brings out the best product and helps people work harder when they know, okay, that person, they over there grinding. Okay, I got to get on my grind because they getting it in. But it ain't no like, fuck you. It ain't no evilness or no, you know, destroying somebody else, like outside of the, like, you know, working.
I guess I'm just different. I don't know. Competition. I'm more like I want everyone to win. You know.
Like I said, but it's enough for everybody if you're good enough. If you good and you good, we can both eat. But it's all a matter of, are you good enough? Because everybody's not gonna eat. That's just the reality. But you're not eating because you're not good. That's what it comes down
That's
to.
so mean.
It's not
Don't
mean.
say
It's not. It's the truth. You're not good. If you're not good, you're not good. You're not supposed to eat because you're not good at what you're doing. You're delivering a product that's not good. Like, you're doing a skill and you're not good at the skill. Like, how does that mean? You're not as good as he is, or you're not as good as
Fine.
she is, or whatever. You know.
You're exposing my demons right now. Okay. um. Okay. So the Jazz is so funny. So the online singing challenges that have happened. Have you been following that or not?
What is it on? What platform is it on? I haven't
On
seen
Instagram.
it. I haven't seen it.
Wait, first of all, I need to fight you right now.
What happened? What I do?
You don't follow anyone.
Yeah, I did do that. I knew
Which
I was
means
gonna
that you
catch.
didn't follow me. And I was like, did I do something
No, it
wrong?
wasn't that. I knew I was gonna catch some flack, or he was gonna look at me. I know I lost some people because of that, but that was just me being a little emotional, but also me being a little experimental, just to see, like, I want people to like fuck with me or follow me because they like what I put out, not because you follow me and I follow you.
I follow.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
Oh,
that goes
clever.
on where it's like we follow each other just because we like, I don't really consume other people's stuff, and it's not even me being an asshole or nothing, or no elitist type shit. It's just, I pretty much consume my own stuff, or what people do in my world, and that's about it. So I just be like, are you following me because I follow you and you follow me, or are you actually consuming the content that I'm putting out? Do you actually like this? And it's like, that's what I'm interested in, because I don't want you just follow me just cause, like, then it doesn't really do nothing for me except having this number that looks good, I guess, to everyone else
Yeah.
who comes and see my page. But it's nothing against you or anybody. I'll probably start following people again, like, next week or something. Like, I'll probably.
No, I think that's genius.
Oh,
It's because I don't do follow for follow. I think that's so stupid.
oh. I'll probably follow everybody back, like, next week.
Don't. No, I'm gonna do it. Well, like if I had time, I would do it, but that's too many people to unfollow. Okay, so the singing challenges. It's been like Monica versus Brandy
Talking
and
about, yeah,
Patti
the versus
LaBelle.
battles. Yeah, no, yeah, no.
Yeah, the versus
Yeah.
battles. Yeah. So who would you like to see go against one another?
I like to see Pharrell and Kanye. That'd be cool.
Ooh, that would be good. Okay, so who would you like to battle?
Would I battle as an artist? I don't know. I mean, that's really hard to say, because it's more about hits, and I don't really get hits and stuff. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe like Kendrick. Me and him would probably be good if I was
Oh,
like
that'd be a good
on the
one.
same level as him. I would probably put me and him if I had.
You're way past the level of him. Kendrick doesn't even sing. You sing.
Kendrick sing. He be getting it in. But
Giving him way. Y'all give Kendrick way. Y'all are all about Kendrick and
I love that guy.
Lil Baby.
I'm not.
Yeah, Lil
I'm not that.
Baby.
My cousins had to get me into Lil Baby. At first, I was kind of just like, yeah. I just felt like he was whatever to me. But then when he made that the bigger picture song, I heard that
Mm-hmm.
record, and then I understood what they were saying. I was like, okay, he actually, like, because I was like, all right, he actually got something to say, and he ain't just like bullshitting in his song. I was like, okay. And then I kind of looked at him different and started listening for more of his stuff, and I was like, okay. But I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan. I'm just somebody who's still learning his music. But Kendrick Lamar is definitely somebody I really enjoy and look up to.
Um. So you sent me a post of a couple of books that you're currently reading or you've read before.
So, yeah, I did.
So one of the books was A People's History of the U.S.
Hmm.
Can you talk to us about that book?
That is a really great book to have, to let you understand how the system works, or what it looked like, where it came from. Because people always say systematic systems, the systematic.
Yeah.
This book will let you see the system, like, watch it be born. Like, you see it as a baby, as an adolescent, teenager, and then what it is now, like a grown ass man, and you're just like, okay, now I see. Now you have a better understanding of this system once you read that book, because it gives the history of of America from everyone else's perspective, besides the conquerors and the presidents and the bosses. It gives everybody else's opinion. Like most of our textbook in our school is the perspective of whoever was taken over or whoever was in charge. This one is the opposite. It's the the perspective and the opinions of the slaves, of women, of minorities, of Indians, of the labor workers, like anybody who was not seen as the person that's in charge or running everything. This book was a really good way to see what they have to say. So,
for example, give us an example.
During I think the 1920s, I believe, or maybe earlier than that, when they started the labor unions, and they was fighting against the certain conditions that they had at work, and this book, they gave like dialogue, or gave the opinions of what they were going through or how they saw everything. Because from our perspective, from the history books we have, it'll give you like these big names like Carnegie or the Rockefellers, and they were these great men who did all these things, and they were pioneers and all this shit. And then this book gives you the perspective of all the people who work for them instead of just them. So yeah, it was really interesting. I've read it probably like a few times. I actually got it from Lupe Fiasco. He was doing a narration for it. They was doing like a centennial or something, like how they do like every year, or a celebration of something. And then he was a part of it, and then I ended up checking it out because I was following him and seeing what he was saying.
And then another book you sent me was The Righteous Mind. And I'm not familiar with that one.
I'll tell you something.
What did you just do?
Sorry, I burped. My bad. But I have not fully read that. That was another book that I got put on to by Lupe Fiasco. But I actually have it. I mean, I have the book and stuff. I haven't read it, and then I was just looking through it. But it was something when I got it, I wasn't really. I just like whatever. I just didn't look at it, and then now it makes more sense. So now I am diving into it now. Like I'm looking into it because it talks about the division of people based on what side they're from, and having a better understanding of, because that's how my mind works. Is like there's good people on both sides, and I know you asked that question, like who's a good person, who's So I was like, yeah. So that's definitely something that But yeah.
Do you watch The Walking Dead?
I have not seen that show
at all.
No, it's crazy. My last name is Grimes.
I know.
Yeah.
I think you told me that last time, or like the other
told
time.
Me about that.
But okay, but you know what it's about, though.
Yeah.
So I was binge watching it yesterday, and I found it interesting that everyone needs a leader. Even if it's a bad leader, like they'll blindly follow them. Why do you think that we need someone to guide us?
I think people are natural. A lot of people are sheep, and they don't know how to think for themselves or what they actually like for themselves. Like a lot of shit that people are into or interested in is usually like whatever is popular or whatever everybody else to say is good. So I think people they naturally want to follow behind somebody, and that's something that we need to challenge more or look into, because I think it's always put us in a really compromising situation when we just constantly looking for someone to lead us instead of doing it for ourselves.
If you're not built to be a leader, find a good leader who's there to help you. True. But then what makes a good leader?
I think somebody who listens more than they talk, like someone who puts everyone else before them. Because I think that's what leadership is about, is putting other people before you. I think a lot of people don't get into leadership positions and they get upset because they don't realize what being a leader actually is. Because a leader gets, seen as being a boss and being able to tell people what to do and being in charge of the glamour that comes with it. But it's really just putting everybody else before you. Like, everybody eats before you eat. Like, you the last person that gets to eat. And you got to be okay with that. And as soon as you do get your plate, it might be a problem. And you got to put your plate down and go fix whatever the hell is going on. And you got to be okay with that. You can't complain and get upset and feel like some type of way.
So I don't know if you saw this, but did you hear what's happened with one of the rappers from Pretty Ricky? Which one?
I saw that. What did he do? I saw like a headline of it. I didn't go too deep into it, but
So he's accused of pocketing COVID relief money to
yeah,
buy a Ferrari. But here's the thing, though. They're charging him with fraud and conspiracy, but he was given the loan through the CARES Act,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So does it matter what he does with that money? Because technically, like, you know,
I'm not sure because I don't know the legal, parts of the CARES Act. It might be certain things that you can and can't do in the CARES Acts. Like, it might be just like you're not allowed to do unless you're doing this with your business or something like that. So I don't fully know, so I can't really say that he's wrong for doing that. I mean, ethnically, I can speak from an opinion place and be like, why would you do that? Like,
why would you do
like
that? Yeah,
that's some sucker shit.
stupid.
But I don't know legally if he did it wrong or from the law. But ethnically, I can just say, yeah, like that's some sucker shit, dog. Like, why would you go take that money? That's money that other people could have used, and you use it to buy a fucking car. That ain't shit. It's just a fucking car. Like, Ferraris ain't even shit, dog. But
Do you think that's the problem with the hip hop community now? Still, though, the whole like buying stupid shit with your money
I
in
think
order to prove that you made it.
I think that's a problem with America. I think
Mm-hmm.
hip hop is nothing but a reflection of America. Like, it's just a part of what we do here in America. People just buy stupid shit that we don't need to try to show off and be like, I made it, I did it. So I don't look at hip hop any different than I look at anybody else because they do the same shit in country. They buy big ass fucking pickup trucks. Them shit is expensive. Them shit ain't cheap. And they be making whole songs about their pickup truck and getting drunk.
They do. um, whose responsibility is it? Because I think I was talking to someone about it or listening to something about how athletes, when they retire, most of them end up broke.
No.
You know,
Who's this?
America's about showing off
Lamar?
what you really don't have, and you're really not happy. Yeah, it is. I can talk to you about that for hours.
That's
But so we're talking about how athletes, after they retire, they end up broke
mm-hmm,
because they have no retirement fund, they have no savings, they didn't invest in anything.
mm-hmm.
Whose responsibility is it to teach them that? Is it their university? If they did go to college, should there be a special program in the NFL, NBA, et cetera, that teaches them how to save money? Or is it just like you're screwed, you fucked up, you deal with it?
I mean, it's all of those things. I mean, because people have different perspectives, and all of them will be correct. But I think it starts at home with your parents teaching you things. But if your parents don't teach you those things, and then definitely the school could teach you those things, they should. And then even the NFL teaching those things. Because if you the NFL and you got players leaving your league and they all getting broke, that looks bad on your behalf. Like, that don't look good on you. So you should be teaching your players to have money and teach them how to spend correctly and wisely. But then again, they are grown ass men, and if they make these bad decisions and they fuck up, and that's on them. So, like, every perspective that you just said is true. But if you coming from a place of warmth and like love, and you're just not this calculated, cold-hearted person that's just like that's their fault, then definitely I would want them to know how to manage their money better. And the NFL or their school or their community are people or organizations that should be, helping them out.
True, true, true. If you could rewrite something in the education system right now, present tense, not in the past, present tense, what would you change?
I would change the this you can't like this whole memorization thing. Like you gotta
Ugh.
memorize everything. Like I gotta take what like when would that like that don't make sense. If I got this phone or tools to be able to use, and I have all this information, why would I not be able to use it? Like why would you why would you tell me you can't use this? Can't use your calculator, can't use your notes, can't do memorize it. For what? I could just look it up. Like
It's true.
so I think
And then also like you're not learning anything. You're just learning how to
you memorize.
regurgitate information.
That's not learning. That's just memorization. You got a good memory. Honestly, school is very easy. All you gotta do is memorize.
Oh yeah.
That's everything.
Yeah.
Like in all school, even math. Math is just formulas. You just memorize the formulas and you memorize how to do the steps of the formulas. You plug in the numbers, whatever the numbers happen to be, and then you just do it every time. And it's like you don't even have to actually know none of this shit. You just memorize something and then you just regurgitate it when you take the test.
Basically. Um. Oh, so you made a post about the Film Network. Classic.
Yeah, I love that. Yo, I only seen that one time, and I saw it one time, and then I was like, "This is my favorite movie ever."
Yo, what did he say? Like, I'm mad as hell. And what did he say? Oh my gosh, I forgot. But I remember like learning about that film back in school, and I was like, this is so relevant to today. I mean, I feel like it'll always be relevant.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts on it?
I think it was a really good example of the like how it all works, and it's like how all these people are fucking broken, and they're all a part of the system. But the interesting part about that is even the dude who was screaming and saying it's all madness, all bullshit, even he was still controlled and still in it. Even though he was the person speaking out and he looked like he was against it and he was telling the truth about everything, and he was still in it. Like he wasn't, over here and out of it. So I really like that part of it where it just showed that even if you see these people who are speaking out, that's not necessarily meaning that they are on your side or they are, you know, outside of the system. So,
Do you think a lot of the media now is panic porn?
yeah, I think that gets ratings. I mean, they have been running. I mean, Donald Trump was like a blessing to the media. Like
Oh
he
yeah.
just gives them nothing, but they just run with him all day. And then this pandemic was like, like everything. Like, yeah, it's definitely just panic and sensational. Like,
Now that you mention it, the ratings did go down before panic porn. Yeah, ratings did go down before this pandemic, before Trump. But now everyone's constantly watching the news.
mm-hmm.
Everyone's looking up every article online because it's like we like being angry.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you want to be aggravated. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that in myself sometimes too, a lot. And then you search for like things that piss you off and look for like you don't like peace. You like I'm too peaceful. I'm too happy. I'm too good right now. Let me find something that'll piss me off and make me irritated. And I'm just like angry. And it's like and then afterwards, like why did I do that shit? Like why am I like
Okay, what's something that's grinding your gears right now?
um what's something that's grinding my gears? Things that make me upset. Uh I would say the thing that's making me upset is this what people pretend like Joe Biden is better than Donald Trump as an option. I think that's something that's really irritating right now because there's people who bother me or bother any like there's people who bother me about voting and they would just and I'll just be like I mean like we go pretend like Joe Biden is better than Trump, okay? And it's like that's
He's
something,
very likable though.
but that's it. That's like bro, that's literally it. The only reason y'all don't like Donald Trump is because he's rude and annoying. That's
Yeah.
it. Not because of policies, not because he's the tyrant or whatever. it's just because he's annoying. That's it. It's like, that's not good enough for me. Where it's like, okay, he's annoying, but what else? Like, that's it? So you okay with racism? You okay with sexism? Because I can say those things about Joe Biden.
Rewatching the debate, I didn't notice that one, Biden would not make eye contact with him. No, he did once. And number two, he kept calling him him. He never said President Trump. He never said the president. He always referred to him as, was that second person? He is second person, right?
I don't know. I'm not good with all that. But yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the debate?
I mean, the thing about the debate, I already knew I wasn't getting like no intelligence or no like good things out of it. Like,
really?
honestly,
I thought so. I wasn't very hopeful and positive.
I already knew I was gonna get that out of it. I literally watched it just for entertainment. The bad part is, bro, it wasn't even entertaining. Like, it wasn't even funny. Trump wasn't even funny. Like, bro, I watched in 2016, I watched every one of those Republican debates. Every one, because that motherfucker Donald Trump was hilarious to me. The shit he said and did, I was just like, wow, this dude is really entertaining. He wasn't even funny in this debate. It wasn't even entertaining. The whole thing was just annoying. I didn't even finish it because I was just like, this is just annoying.
Very annoying.
I was like, this whole thing is annoying. Like,
do you think that's because he was? Do you think that's because he was sick?
Probably, maybe that better been it. But also, it could just be, you know, I'm fatigued by his behavior or what he do now. Like, at first it was like, wow, I ain't never seen nobody do that shit. And now it's just like, shut up. Like, you do this shit all the time. Like, you ain't saying nothing. Like, it's not funny anymore.
Okay, so let's talk about the BET Hip Hop Awards. Are you gonna watch it?
No.
Why? Why is no one gonna watch? Does no one watch BET anymore?
I don't think people watch award shows anymore.
True.
So I think that's it. If we watch, people watch like the clips on YouTube, like their favorite artists, like whoever performs. Like if Tyler the Creator performs, people will go watch his video on YouTube. But that's about it. People don't watch award shows like they used to. That's all.
They don't.
People don't watch TV like they used to.
They don't actually. So you don't listen to any new current artists?
I just found out about St. John. I started listening to him. It's really good. He's really good. I just listened to Don Toliver. You ever heard of him? He signed with Travis Scott with the Cactus Jack. He's really good. He's really talented. Those are the couple of dudes I've been listening to lately. I've been on, you know.
Because I was on the website. I was looking at people nominated for Best New Artist, and I was like, I don't know who any of these people are. I mean, I'll say the names anyway, but it's Flo Milli, Jack Harlow, Mulatto, NLE Choppa, Rod Wave, and Pop Smoke. And the only reason why I know Pop Smoke is, you know, like, obvious reasons.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's just, maybe that's just not where you are right now. I mean, I don't know how old you are, like, but those are people, you know, who are a lot younger than you who make music for younger people. So you may not be paying attention.
Okay.
But
how old do you think I am?
I don't know. I wasn't trying to say it as a diss, but I was just saying.
I took it as a diss. I took it as a diss.
Oh, I'm sorry, you did. I don't try to put your age into as a diss. But I mean, and then you gotta look at it in today's world. Like, this is one thing that I've been thinking about lately. People's attention is extremely dispersed nowadays. Like I'll give, like, I usually say this a lot, but people say like Michael Jackson was like the biggest person in the world, but he was the biggest person in the world because he came out in 1985. Like, he came out in a time period where there was only 9 TV channels, and it was only 11 radio stations. There was a couple of late show hosts, and it's like when he moonwalked, that was some cool shit, and that was really dope shit he did. But it's like everybody in the world saw it because that was all we could watch. Like, there's nothing else to see besides Michael Jackson dancing, or Prince, or any of these people who came out during that time period. And it's like, now there's just so many places to put your attention now. So you could do the coolest thing in the world as an artist, and there's millions of people who know you are. Like, I was just on Instagram. This one dude, he was like a Arabic, like a Middle Eastern like artist. He had like 15 million followers. I had never seen this dude in my life. I was like, who the hell is this guy? I was on YouTube and it was a Jason Derulo song with Nicki Minaj. They had 100 million views. Like, no, they had a billion. They had a billion views on that song. Never heard the song before in my life. And I was just like, that's just a sign of the times. Like, everybody's attention is so dispersed. So it's harder for you to be known as an artist and everybody know who you are. So when you say, I don't know who these artists are, I mean, that makes sense to me. Because it's like, if you look at today's artists, like you know who Billie Eilish is?
Oh yeah.
She not as big as she should be. Like, she just not. Like, it's like she got the same fan. Like, she's like modern day Taylor Swift. But it's like, if you ask
Basically.
people who Taylor Swift is, everybody know who Taylor Swift. But it's like, not as many people know who Billie Eilish is. And it's like, they should, but it's like they don't. But that's just the sign of the times, because all of our attention is extremely dispersed now, where it's like we're not paying attention to everything. So as a music artist, even myself, that's something I had to even understand and accept. And it's like, you live in a time period where you can have the #1 song and everybody's not gonna know who you are. And is that just what it
Yeah.
is? Like, people are not gonna know who you are. So ain't nothing you can do about that.
What is that? Oh, I like this. What are we doing as a culture to make sure that our music is the greatest form of protest?
As a culture, or a form of my music is, I don't know what we're doing as a culture. I think artists are starting to. I mean, because you gotta be careful, because there's artists who are gonna make whatever is popular and whatever is gonna get attention. So
Yeah.
you always got to be careful about them, because there's people who make stuff like this even when it's not popular. Like, I'll look at Kendrick Lamar and I know he real, because he makes stuff like this even when nobody else is making it. Even when stuff is not going on, he making stuff like this. But certain people, they'll hop on a wave and be all pro black or pro women because it's cool to be that. It's the trendy thing to be pro black and pro woman and LBGT pro. But like, where was you at like before? It's like, you doing it now, and it's like, you kind of got to watch that to make sure this is a person who genuinely, is really about that. So as a culture, as us all together, I think we just need to hold these artists more accountable and make sure that they're people that's, consistent. Like, if you gonna make this type of stuff and talk about these things, then like, be consistent.
Okay, so where can we like you, follow you, stalk you, all that fun stuff?
You can follow me here on Instagram at The Boy Is Beautiful. You can follow me on TikTok, The Boy Is Beautiful. I know I'm not following anybody right now, but I will be following people. That was just something I did at the moment. And YouTube, you can follow me on there. It's the Honorable Info. That's where I just put out the EP. It's called Once Again There Are No Heroes. That's on all streaming platforms everywhere. So
I like listening to it when I'm at work, because like, you don't curse that much, but whenever you do, someone picks up the phone, I'm like, of course, I'm gonna get fired one day because of you. But before we go, Travis Scott is paying tuition for 5 HBCU students. What is something that you would like to do to leave? I mean, I'm sure like there's like a whole list of things that you would like to do, but like, on like, what's one of the things that you're thinking already now for the future? I'm definitely going to do this for society.
What I want to do is be cool enough where I can make kindness cool. And I think that'll be a bigger thing for me and a bigger impact than, just giving money. Because, I can help those few people, and that's great. But if I can get to a certain level of like, where there's 13-year-old boys and 14-year-old girls who are fanning over me, and they see that I'm just a moral, decent person, and I carry myself with respect and dignity. I show everybody respect. I'm not an asshole. I'm not evil. You know, I show up on time to things. Then those things become cool because they look at me as cool, and they'd be like, I want to be cool, so let me start, you know, acting like him. Like they're going to mimic what I do. So that's something that I'm really interested in. I'm all for just, you know, giving money. If I give money, I'll probably just do it like, you know, secretly or something. I don't know if I'll, you know, do it out there like that.
Announcing it, yeah.
Just, or even like anything like donating or something. I would just like, you know, do it, you know, privately or just help somebody out. But my main thing, like, as an artist, like out there, is I want to be just me. And then I just want to get to a point where kids think it's cool to operate the way I operate. And it's like, as long as because my whole message, is like, I fight evil. And it's like, that's something I want the younger generation, you know, people who 12, 14, 15, to be like, okay, I want to be like that. I want to fight evil. I want to be against wrongdoing. And when I see wrong and fucked up shit, it's not something that I praise or pull my phone out and document and think it's cool and sensationalized. I kind of just condemn that, and I'd be like, that's not cool. So that's something I would like to do as an artist.
I think you're for sure doing that now, though.
I hope so. That'd be great if I am able to do that. That's great.
How's everything going up there with the pandemic?
I mean, our governor opened the whole state, so everything's pretty much.
Oh, you guys are open too?
Yeah, I mean, we've been open. I mean, we in Georgia, like Kemp. That was the whole controversy because Kemp opened the whole Georgia. Governor Kemp opened the state before even before everyone else did. So we've been open for a while, Georgia. So
everything's like cool.
It's been all right. I mean, I'm sure I haven't really looked into how many cases and stuff we have. I'm sure there's people still sick and there's, you know, it's spreading. I haven't looked into that, but I'm just talking about like social wise, like everything. It's been all right. I think people are starting to try to adapt to the mask and the social distancing and things. So,
do you have to wear a mask at work the entire time?
I have to wear a mask at work. Yeah.
Is it something that you're just like used to right now?
Yeah, I've just gotten used to it.
Okay. Okay, so do you have any final words?
No, that's about it. Just go check out the EP. If, you know, that'll be something I just want people to listen to it and hear, you know, what I'm able to create. So it's on all streaming platforms. Once again, there are no heroes. Info. Just check that out. So, yeah.
Definitely check it out, guys. Like I've been like binge listening to it on Spotify. So like I like my playlist is like insane, and this is like one of my favorite songs. What's my favorite? This is not a this is a freestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite. I try to like, I think I can do it. I'm not gonna do it now because I'll butcher it. But one day I'm gonna record myself and I'm gonna send it to you.
You gave me a good idea of because people like that song. Yeah, you just gave me a good idea to get people to rap it. Yeah.
If you do it as a challenge, I'll for sure do it. I swear to God. You know I'm not shy, so you know I'll do it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's do that. That'd be cool.
All right. You have a good night. Okay.
All right, cool.
Be safe.
All right, yo.
Bye.